So, yo, man, we'll talk a little bit about if you have some really bad health issues, particularly in terms of your energy levels and how to maybe start start thinking about your health in terms of like energy and nutrition and things like that. I do a lot of videos where I simply document my discussions with ChatGPT while I integrate in my day to day experience, some of my life experiences. So I'm going to mostly talk about three things you can put into your body, maybe a couple of things you can actively do with your body to start building up your health and energy levels. So the three things you put in is water, a single multivitamin per day, and a little bit of protein every single day. So I've asked ChatGPT to talk about hydration, the single multivitamin per day, and sneaking in a little bit of that protein. And one of the things that I've been discussing with ChatGPT here recently is low effort that leads to high payout. So these are a couple of extremely low effort to high payout things you can do right now, like today. Today is, for one thing, don't ever be dehydrated. Don't ever be dehydrated. Even the smallest amount of dehydration can lead to a headache. It can lead to aggression, stress. You may not be able to function at work or even at home or anywhere else due to dehydration. Your brain, your joints, your digestion, and most importantly, your energy all run worse when you're low on water. If you feel off or you feel like you're starving half to death or anxious or whatever, that could just be dehydration, especially masquerading as anxiety or fatigue or depression. The lowest effort thing you can do for this is to drink a big ass glass of water in the morning. A big ass glass of water in the morning. And especially like if you find that you have narcissistic people in your life, or maybe there are suppressive persons living around you, you may have to actually sneak in this water. So a big glass in the morning, one in the afternoon, one in the evening is going to at least get some into your body. Number two is a multivitamin once a day. Like a lot of people, I don't know if they're doing this on a regular basis, but a couple of months ago, I was doing extremely bad, especially around Thanksgiving. Um, I actually became so depressed that I pretty much slept for a month or two and went into hibernation, due to having like a really hot summer, getting older, things like that. So, doing some shopping around, I found that multivitamin was almost the cheapest option for doing something supplement wise. Now, I have had some experience with whey protein and creatine in the past, and I just found that with whey protein, I tended to bloat up, like I can't do it. And the creatine led to like a super fast heart rate due to the fact that it led to increased dehydration as well as the fact I have bipolar disorder, and creatine can throw you into mania. But shopping around, I found that I could buy almost a 30-day supply of multivitamins for $5 or $10. They're in a gummy form. There's no big deal to take. It's mostly like a safety net. Uh, Kind of the problem here is that with energy, you could have low T for pretty much anybody. And if you've been running low on vitamin D or anything like that, your testosterone can take a dive really quickly. And I have found that I'm not really getting in my vitamins and minerals from diet alone. I eat a lot of rice, occasionally meat. When I cook at the house, a lot of times, like I'm being just sorry, I'll go to a restaurant, which just doesn't do it in terms of nutrition. All you do is take one serving a day. So you have to look on the back of the bottle. The big pills, you're probably going to take just one pill in the morning with a big glass of water and some food. The gummies, it can sometimes be one or two gummies per serving. Just take a look at that. Now the third idea for your health, especially energy wise, is to just start sneaking in protein. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's no big deal. Honestly, post Biden era, right now, I wasn't eating that many eggs, wasn't drinking that much milk a couple years ago. So when I went back to the grocery store here recently, I found the eggs had come down to like $2 or $3. So I was in the kitchen the other day and performed a little small experiment where I had put some white rice in the rice cooker with a little bit of water. I have enough experience to eyeball it at this point. If it turns soupy, I just have rice soup. But immediately upon putting the water and rice in the rice cooker, I cracked 2 eggs and dropped them straight into the rice cooker to cook for about 10 or 15 minutes. And I found that the covered pot did in fact get hot enough to cook the eggs to the consistency of a boiled egg. And there's no cleanup. Absolutely no cleanup involved. You're damn sure not going to be washing a cast iron pan. You're not going to have to wash a non-stick pan. You're not going to have eggs stuck all over anything. You just crack them, perhaps in a bowl, to ensure that no eggshell, goes into the actual food. 15 minutes later, you have, 10 or 15 grams of protein available for you to eat. It's super simple. Now, if you also want to eat some of the rice that you just cooked from the rice cooker, you're getting a lot of carbs, a lot of healthy, digestible carbs for most people. And you can also add in like good heaping helping Greek yogurt to your rice, eggs, and maybe a little bit of salt, pepper, soy sauce, whatever. That's going to give you even more protein in the morning. A couple of other easy ways I have found to sneak in protein on a daily basis is with pre-cooked chicken. looking around doing a little bit of shopping. The pre-cooked chicken runs about $10 for some kind of bag. Sometimes less, sometimes more. But in thinking about this, like I bought a bag of frozen, pre-cooked, breaded chicken patties for about $10. In fact, I bought several bags. And all the local chicken places, chicken restaurants, you already gonna pay $10 or $15 to sit down with some tenders, some grits, some cheese grits or whatever, or biscuits for about $10 or $15 just to sit down with a drink. And I just found that it was much cheaper and easier to buy these pre-cooked chicken patties because I have a non-stick pan that's always on my stove. It's simple to clean up. It takes 2 minutes to clean it up daily. I throw 2 chicken patties in there covered on low medium heat. And I don't even really keep an eye on them. I'm in an earshot. But they're done in 10 or 15 minutes. So, perhaps don't think of these things as building muscle. Don't think of these things as like I've got to go to the gym. I've got to be out hitting the treadmill or whatever. It's more in terms of your psychological stability. Like you choosing these things to be psychologically stable, which may reduce stress and lead to a small boost in your energy. Now, it's all these things I've said are incredibly low effort. Incredibly low effort. You can drink a glass of water a couple times a day, 2 or 3 times a day. You can throw eggs in a rice cooker. You can heat 2 chicken patties for 10 minutes on a stove. It's no big deal. But it should lead to like a much higher payout. Especially if you're dehydrated, you're malnourished, and you're not getting in any fucking protein on a daily basis. You should see results, some kind of energetic results within a couple of weeks. Now, those are the 3 things I said you could start putting in your body right now, low effort, to start helping you with your energy. A couple of things that you could do with your body right now to start feeling better is take your shoes and socks off at the door. Your feet actually, they get hot. They store a ton of heat. If they get hot, sweaty, if they smell bad, so on and so forth. Not only can this like make you sick, it can make you stressed out. It can ruin your whole day, but also it can throw other people off in public. So I have found personally that if I'm taking my shoes and socks off at the door, I feel much more relaxed, much more comfortable when I'm trying to pay bills, do research, stuff like that. In fact, if you work at home on a computer and technical support, I don't really see a reason why you couldn't air the dogs out as needed. In fact, you might even do better at your job because you're so relaxed. A second thing you could do right now is to buy a bath mat for the shower, $10, if that. You, one of the issues I've had with showering on a daily basis is that I have actually taken a fall in a shower before. My mother used to clean the tub with a lot of bleach. And if you know some basic chemistry, bleach is actually a base. It is kind of like soap. So when you clean your shower and tub with either straight bleach or cleaner with bleach once a week or whatever, once every 2 weeks, it will become incredibly slippery, especially if you're really in there trying to get it pristine. That if you can spend like $10 occasionally on a bath mat, replace it like every 3 months, just make sure that it is secure to the bottom of the tub. You may find that you take showers more often just due to the fact that your feet are more stable inside the tub slash shower, and that can reduce stress and increase not only your health but social gains when you're out around people. And I would say the third thing that you could do to start increasing your energy and health is to just clean up, straighten up, do whatever you can in any kind of way, at least 5 to 15 minutes a day. It doesn't even have to be all at once. Some simple ass shit is to just fill up a trash bag, either a small or a large trash bag, every single day. Throw it away the exact same day. That could be your 10, 15 minutes. Another thing is that I have bought these empty spray bottles from the dollar store. I keep this amount of Fabuloso in the bottom. The rest I fill up with water. So I just when I clean my countertops, I hit my countertops in the kitchen with that light mixture of Fabuloso, and maybe around the sink sometimes. Sometimes I do the dishes. I do not own a lot of dishes, and that's made things a lot easier for me. So if you watch the video, please click like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.